In this video, we break down two incredible relay races that showcase Jamaica's dominance. From explosive 4x100m speed to strategic 4x400m control, you'll see how they outclassed every rival and why their relay system is simply unbeatable.
On paper, they may qualify, but frankly, with the advantage of some fabulous results bolstering their spirits this morning by other members of their team, we may see India outperform themselves here. So, the Jamaicans, lead-off athlete, that's Nelson, just adjusting her blocks. England took gold 4 years ago on the Gold Coast ahead of Jamaica, and Nigeria in third.
Well, they're still going through their preparations, so let's return our attention to this hammer competition. Meanwhile, the women getting ready for the first of the two semi-finals, top three in each going through to the big showdown.
Well, Jamaica were champions in Scotland in 2014 in those wonderfully organised games in Glasgow, but beaten by England. Bit of an upset that 4 years ago. They'll want to get back on the top of the rostrum, but first they must get that baton round these four athletes. Baton speed is critical. The changeovers need to be smooth, and you can quite often in relays get a squad of moderate talents defeating a squad of super talents if the changeovers are strong. If you can maintain baton speed through keeping it really smooth changeovers, then you can quite often get some rather strange results. Here's the lead-off athlete for the India, Chand. She'll hand over to Das, then Nanda and Iraji. On the outside, they can focus on their own job. The Indian record, 43.37. Singapore go in lane 6. Pereira will hand over to Zaini, then Chandran and Liu.
In lane 5,
Scotland, always good carriers of the baton at the Commonwealth Games. Matheson, Rees, Malone and Spence, their quartet. The Jamaicans, well, they start as favourites here, surely, with Nelson, White, Birchall and McGregor making up their foursome. Their national record, 41.02.
In 3, Azapadi, Richards, Sifuna and Wingfield.
Here is the Maltese quartet, and the lead-off runner, Azapadi. She'll hand over to Richards, Kikluna and Wingfield. And then the Maldives on the inside with Hussein, Mohammed, Hassan and Mohammed again making up their foursome.
The first 3 automatically make the final, plus the next 2 fastest across the 2 heats.
Well, the second fastest time ever is by Jamaica. That was last year at the Olympic Games, 41.02. Only the USA have ever gone under 41 seconds. Anything down in the low 42s is very, very crisp. And in fact, only Jamaica have been down there. The Scottish record, for example, 44.35 is the Scottish best this season, 44.35. The first of 2 heats in the women's 4x100 meters. Then the first 3 teams go through by right to tomorrow's final. Maldives in 2, Malta 3, Jamaica going 4 in the yellow, Scotland in 5, Singapore 6, India 7. Away they go, and already Jamaica making up ground on Scotland. Centre of picture, Jamaica almost up alongside Matheson of Scotland. It's been a brilliant leg from Nelson. A safe changeover, not a fast changeover from the Jamaicans. The Scots pretty much matched them, but down the back straight, the second leg runner from Jamaica moving really well at the moment. That is White. She hands over. That was a good changeover from the Jamaicans. Scotland in second, going really well. On the outside, India going pretty well too. It's Jamaica from India at the moment. India having a really good run here. Their backs are up as Jamaica take it over on the final leg. Down the home straight, looking really strong. It's McGregor now, storming away with this. That's an 8 or 9 metre winning margin. India comfortably second, Scotland in third, and a really close battle for the 4th places there, but 43.66 by Jamaica there. Well, it was a safe squad that got it round well enough. Let's hope there are no red flags and that all the changeovers were good for every team. But that was a huge winning margin and an equally huge gap behind India, Rob.
Yes, Scotland getting the best of that battle for the third spot. Wingfield was finishing very quickly for Malta on the anchor leg. The Indians had a very sluggish changeover from third to anchor, but how well did they go down the back straight? They've taken second. Scotland have gone through by a couple of tenths of a second. Singapore and Malta very, very close behind, but we will see the Scottish quartet in the final. The Jamaicans are so good. They've got such a great reputation. The Olympic champions, the silver medalists in Eugene, gold in Glasgow, and they've got Elaine Thompson-Herah, who they can draft into the final. Not a bad name to add to the list, a four-time individual Olympic champion.
Yeah, Thompson-Herah has looked superb all week, hasn't she? Getting fitter all the time. That was a safe changeover from the Indians on the outside. I expected a little more from Scotland. I thought they'd be closer to India, that's for sure. But look at this changeover from Scotland. Oh, awful changeover, final changeover there from Scotland. Looked to me like the outgoing runner went off a little bit early for them. That was Spence. Indeed, they're only just ahead of Singapore, and you'd expect from a well-drilled squad like the Scots a bigger margin. But they are through safely. Sorry, Rob.
Yeah, so
Jamaica,
good,
India
Jamaicans.
and Scotland.
So good, the Jamaicans. You could see Spence coming under a little bit of pressure there for that third spot with the fast finish of Wingfield from Malta. Watch this last changeover for the Indians, just on the left of picture. Took them a while. Can't quite see her, and also, as you said, it was a little bit sluggish from the Scots, but poetry in motion, the Jamaican quartet, and they will be smarting after finishing second to the United States in Eugene. But despite the fact that we've got great teams going in the second of the heats, England as the defending champions, the Jamaicans would surely line up as the joint favourites at least.
And England, well, they've swapped victories at the Commonwealth Games with Jamaica. The last four editions have gone Jamaica, England, Jamaica, England. Jamaicans, of course, as Rob rightly pointed out, can break through by right.
Turks and Caicos, Bahamas, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, British Virgin Islands and Bermuda. The Jamaicans will start in lane number 4. They have Malaya Duncan on the opening leg. St. Kitts and Nevis in 6 with Kimia Phipps starting off for them. There's Duncan, the Jamaican lead-off. Kylie Wallace starting things off for the Bahamas in lane number 2.
One assumes that Kiesra Thomas is likely to figure heavily, but of course the team to beat will be Jamaica.
Shira Stout will be the lead-off runner for the British Virgin Islands. The Bahamians expected to have Thomas on the team, also the 400 hurdles silver medalist Dominic Dean. The Jamaicans do start favourites though. Tremendous depth they have. Final of the 4x100 for under-17 girls. Turks and Caicos, Bahamas, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, British Virgin Islands and Bermuda. final of the under-17 girls 4x100 first relay action of CARIFTA 2024.
Egypt's Benjamin will lead off for Grenada. Kelandi King for the Turks and Caicos Islands. TCI in 1. Grenada in 5.
Has had a lot of running, Regis, at these championships so far. Let's see if she can put her team in a good position from the opening leg. Duncan for Jamaica in 4. Wallace for the Bahamas in 2. Off they go. 4x100 final on the 17 girls. Fine start for Trinidad and Tobago. Duncan now responds for the Jamaicans. Duncan hands over first, and it's Jamaica in charge. Down the back straight away they go. The Bahamians responding now. Jamaica and Bahamas. Trinidad and Tobago with work to do. St. Kitts and Nevis going well in lane number 6. Latrice East on the third leg for the Jamaicans. Looks superb in 200, qualifying earlier today. Here's the final change. It's Jamaica in front. They are well clear of the rest of the field. Pashana Lee Blake is it on anchor. The Bahamas coming forward with Thomas. They will be second. Jamaica with the gold medal. Bahamas silver, and Trinidad and Tobago with a bombastic...
The women's relay events at the CARIFTA Games and the Commonwealth Games consistently highlight one undeniable truth. Jamaica's dominance in sprint relays is not limited to one distance, one generation, or one level of competition. When comparing the under-24x400-meter relay performances at CARIFTA with the explosive 4x100-meter displays, particularly at the 2022 Commonwealth Games and the CARIFTA under-17 final, we see a system that thrives on both speed and structure, adapting seamlessly to the demands of each event. In the 4x400 meters, Jamaica's strength lies in endurance, race intelligence, and controlled execution. The longer distance requires not only raw speed, but also pacing, composure, and the ability to sustain form under fatigue. In the CARIFTA under-20 final, athletes like Tonia-Ann Beckford, Rickianna Russell, Casey-Ann Powell, and Abigail Campbell demonstrated exactly that. Each leg was calculated. The opening runner established position, the second leg created separation, the third maintained control, and the anchor sealed the victory with authority. This structured approach allowed Jamaica to dominate without appearing rushed, breaking the field gradually rather than instantly. By contrast, the 4x100 meters is a completely different challenge, one defined by explosive acceleration, razor-sharp baton exchanges, and near-perfect timing. At the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, Jamaica's quartet, featuring Nelson, White, Burchill, and McGregor, showcased how technical precision can be just as decisive as speed. From the very first leg, Jamaica established a lead, but what truly set them apart was the efficiency of their exchanges. Even when their baton passes were not the fastest on paper, they were clean, controlled, and consistent, minimizing any risk of error. A similar pattern emerged in the CARIFTA under-17 4x100 meters final, where Jamaica once again asserted dominance early and never relinquished it. With Malaya Duncan setting the tone on the opening leg and Latrice East delivering a powerful third leg, the team created an insurmountable advantage before the anchor even received the baton. Their execution was flawless, and their ability to maintain maximum velocity through each exchange phase proved decisive. What makes this comparison particularly compelling is how Jamaica adapts its strategy depending on the relay. In the 4x400 meters, dominance is built progressively, each leg adding pressure until the race is out of reach. In the 4x100 meters, however, the goal is immediate control. There is no time to recover from mistakes, and Jamaica's athletes understand this perfectly. Their starts are aggressive, their exchanges are rehearsed to perfection, and their transitions between runners are almost seamless. Another key difference lies in how competition unfolds. In the 4x400 meters, teams like Trinidad and Tobago or the Bahamas often remain within contention for longer, relying on endurance and tactical positioning. However, in the 4x100 meters, the race can be decided within the first 2 exchanges. This is where Jamaica's superiority becomes most evident. While nations like Scotland, India, or the British Virgin Islands may start strongly, they struggle to match Jamaica's consistency across all 4 legs. Despite these differences, the underlying foundation of Jamaica's success remains the same: depth, preparation, and a culture of excellence. Whether it is junior athletes at CARIFTA or elite performers at the Commonwealth Games, the system produces runners who understand their roles and execute them with precision. The baton never looks unstable, the stride patterns remain controlled, and the transitions are almost instinctive. Ultimately, comparing the 4x400 meters and 4x100 meters performances reveals 2 sides of the same dominance. One is built on sustained power and strategic progression, the other on explosive speed and technical perfection. Together, they form a complete picture of why Jamaica continues to set the standard in relay sprinting, not just in the Caribbean, but on the global stage.